So we're going to walk you through some highlights, going back to Thursday when this dispute all started, and that's what this is all in reference to, from the early release of the inmates from the work detention center, the work center, the work release center. As you know, I want to reflect back on the letter that we got from the commission April the 30th. I want to provide you a copy of that as a reminder of his intent to take the inmates from all 30 work release centers that we have in the state of Mississippi. Although we were prepared and getting ready for that release on August the 30th, we were surprised to know that we were doing an early release on last Thursday. So in doing that early release, we wanted to make notated, because there was some false information that was given, that this was in reference to the Department of Justice report. That's the furthest thing from the truth. And let me tell you, guide you to that report as well. We are going to re-release this report to the media and highlight pages 3 and pages 4. And it specifically reads, the Sheriff Department also operates a work release center next to the Raymond facility. We did not, and I'm going to repeat, we did not specifically review conditions at the work release center because it is a distinct and separate minimum security state-county operation. However, as they state, as we will detail later in this letter, the manner in which the work release center fits into the county detention system has an indirect impact on conditions in the other two facilities. So therefore, it was made clear that the DOJ report had nothing to do with the release of these inmates, nor were they in any kind of danger, or did anybody have to have any fear of these individuals being in danger. So we want to make sure that we go on record and clear that up about why these inmates were taken. This was an effort and a move by the commissioner to take these inmates throughout the state from all 30 facilities. In reference to yesterday, Jerry Maddock.
Can I stop you real quick?
Sure.
Did have any other state inmates been taken from other county facilities besides Hinds County thus far?
Well, I'm not sure. I have not been in communications or had any dialogue with any other sheriff at this point in time. But I can tell you that this letter speaks for itself. There is an intent to take them from all, and you have a copy of this from all the 30 counties that have these work release centers.
Okay.
So we want to be very clear about where we stand. There was no advance notice given last Thursday in reference to taking these inmates, but we were prepared and we did cooperate with releasing them to the Department of Corrections, and want to make sure that everybody understands that there is no direct connection to the DOJ report and highlights of releasing these inmates back to the state. As you will see, we have detailed poster boards that identifies all the inmates that we had at the work release center. There was a total of 42. On Thursday, last Thursday, 41 was taken. We were prepared to release all that we had. Our question is, why did they not take all 42 at one time? The other question is, we are very stern about following rules and regulations and being good stewards of the taxpayers' money. So therefore, our question was, our concerns were we followed the guidelines that were laid out by the state statute to include the Department of Corrections rules and regulations. And I want to make sure that you have a copy of that too, and it's highlighted for you that spells out how a inmate is classified to be sent or detained at the work release center. Everybody that you see on this poster was classified by the Mississippi Department of Corrections and sent to us to be in a work release program. So the question is, we don't determine whether murderers, rapists, or what have you are classified to come to our system. We take what they give us, and these were the individuals that they're giving us. That includes Jerry Mack. Jerry Mack is a question of concern as to why was he sent here anyway. So we took them based on the classification and the state statute that is laid out by the Mississippi Department of Corrections. So we followed their guidelines based on their classification. The other part of that, now there were some allegations that was made in reference to what he was allowed to do. We cannot confirm those allegations. To us right now, they are just allegations. We can say that we are willing and able to support and cooperate with any investigation that's going on or in place. We will make room for anybody in the findings of that investigation in our jail to do accordingly. So we welcome the investigation and anything that comes out of the findings, we're prepared to deal with that as well. But I do want to make clear where we stand. We follow the rules and regulations, we follow the statute, and we prepare for any investigation that is in order.
So do you think that maybe, I know that in some of the articles it said that when MDOC came to pick him up, that he told investigators, you know, some of the comments that he told them, do you think maybe that because he was left behind and MDOC came back to pick him up, that he felt threatened, that because he was the last trustee there and some of the other state inmates had already been picked up, that he was maybe going to get in trouble or whatever, or maybe they had threatened him? I know you can't speak for them, but do you think he felt threatened and maybe they could have forced him to make comments that, you know, were untrue or leading to some of the stuff that he may have said?
You know, Jessica, I wasn't there. So it's very hard for me to comment on what dialogue took place between the inmate and the people of the Department of Corrections. I can tell you this, you have to consider the source. If they got all the information from an inmate, then you really have to consider the source. In my line of work, I do know the inmates are going to do whatever they can to protect themselves and do whatever is necessary to make themselves look good and come out on top. So again, that's why an investigation needs to take place, and we welcome an investigation and hope that we can be a part of it.
And I mean, I guess, and you said it, and I mean, I think everybody thinks that it's odd and have, you know, pointed to you wanting to know why that there was only one inmate left. Why would they just take all of them? But like you said, it's them who came and got them. You didn't say, okay, we'll take these 41 and don't take this person. So it's not on you, it's on them, and they're not answering the question. But so it's just, I think it's just all kind of odd that they would leave just one individual and then all of this would.
Well, you know, the whole scenario is odd to us. We have not failed to cooperate. We do have concern about the impact that it's going to have on the county itself, financial-wise. We do know that we were prepared to do some negotiations with the state and the commissioner, and we're still prepared to do that. So as far as why he was here because we accepted him based on the classification of the state of Mississippi. And with that being said, when they're classified to work in a work release center, they do have certain rights and privileges. For instance, they are on good behavior. They are given a 72-hour pass because of good behavior. I don't know what took place in the past with this inmate, but I do know that he was here before this administration took office, and we did put certain stipulations in place ourselves on how we govern it.
And so the family of Jerry Mack says that this, you know, isn't something, they believe that the DOJ report kind of led to all this happening, that it's not pinpointing on you, that, you know, he was given the pass prior to you becoming sheriff, that it has happened. They remember him coming home 10 years ago, and so they say that it's nothing new. So how, you know, what is your response to that? That it's, you know, it's continued, and he's not the only inmate that's given, you know, that's been given the pass. That it's been continuing, you know, from years in the past.
Well, again, I wasn't here 10 years ago, but I can go according to the statute.
Yeah.
Now, if he was here 10 years ago, and this statute was in place 10 years ago, then the statute allows him out on a 72-hour pass on good behavior. So that's very possible. But the question goes back to is how do they classify murderers to be classified in a work release center?
What do you think of murderers being sent to a work release center?
Well,
What's your personal opinion?
I don't have an opinion on it, Kingfish. It's just that for me being a law enforcement officer, I know how to govern people when I come in contact with them, but I know there's a concern to the public out there. So I'm speaking on behalf of the public and the community as to why he was sent here, or why the others were sent here as well, and in their classification.
Are these two people related?
Pardon me?
Are these two people related, Fred and Jersey?
I don't know.
So who are these other two people? They were trustees as well?
These guys are actually sent here too and classified by MDOC.
Oh, yeah, okay, they were
To
all-
be here, we just separated the more violent individuals that they sent. We wanted to make note of that.
That he
This
wasn't
is
the only-
nothing of our doing.
Did one of them have 3 counts of murder, or is it just 1? Or because it says homicide murder 3 times on winners?
Yeah, that's 3.
Yeah,
So MDOC was sending a guy convicted of 3 counts of homicide to a work center. Is
Yes.
You want to do
Okay.
it? You want me to answer?
Yes.
He was sent, he was here. These
wanna come over
3
here?
people,
That
These three-
come around.
these 3 individuals were here in 2012. All right? All 3 of these individuals were at the joint county, the joint state-county work program. MDOC notified us this one needed to be moved. So the sheriff immediately moved this one back to MDOC.
And that's Fred Mack. Fred Mack.
These 2, they never said anything about. They let them stay here, MDOC did. Sometime in the last, I think 18 months or so, this individual got sick, and we sent him back because of medical reasons. That was the only reason he was sent back, but MDOC had these 3 people here. And so that just left this individual that was still here. And if you look, we have a copy of his printout from yesterday that showed that he was assigned to the state county work program.
If they're a trustee, you can't treat them any differently than others. I mean, a trustee's a trustee,
They're
right?
assigned to the joint county program. They're all the same.
Privileges, conditions, everything?
So
Okay.
they're all treated the same.
So he was convicted of 3 counts?
Yeah, that's what it shows.
Why do you think the commissioner sent out the press release yesterday and did what he did?
You know, that's something you're gonna have to ask the commissioner. I can't answer for the commissioner. I can only clear up some things that were misfed or misled to the public as to where we stand, how we got these individuals. You know, we made an agreement with the state that we can to house at least 195 of these inmates in our facility. We were down to 41, and it was his decision to take the 41 or the 42 from us. So I can't answer that for him.
Okay.
Can you give a comment about Lieutenant Brumfield and the indictment from Louisiana?
That was a investigation that we were made aware of some time ago. That was being done by the federal government. Of course, we cooperated with it, and it came to fruition on yesterday, and we're still cooperating with that. So she has been relieved of her duties, and we're waiting to see the results. Wait to see what the results are after the indictment takes place.
All right, I don't have any other questions. I'm gonna get some shots.
You good?
I'm good.
Good. Thank you, Sheriff.